Welcome to another episode of These Are the Aesthetics. I go by the name of Cheech, aka Address Me as a Broadcaster, aka the Petty Scorpio, aka Another Week, Another Fire Video. This week, as you guys can see, Gary is not with us today, but we have a very, very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Faith. I also go by AKA Miss No Stylist,
Okay.
AKA The Quiet Storm,
All right.
AKA Big F.
Big yeah, man. Gary is not able to be with us today because he's feeling under the weather. So he did the mature and responsible thing, which is, staying out the way because, we don't want nobody to be coming here and catching COVID. And now we a COVID podcast. And it's like, yo, people got families and shit. So we try to be safe over here. To start, right? I saw something this morning when I got up. I just want to read it to you. One of my favorite artists kind of posted this, and I just want to hear your reaction, right?
Okay.
So he tweeted, I know you're not on Twitter, but he tweeted, how the fuck do y'all fall in love with somebody you just met this year, and you don't even know what you love for a living? How does that come first in your life? I seriously want to know. You've been knowing yourself for your whole life, and you don't do what you love, but you love a new person? ? How do you feel about that?
Dang, what I got from... Okay, first of all, I feel attacked. What I got from that is, that's factual. People really do look for love in places that they lack, and they might look for it in a person because it's a little bit easier to obtain in that time period. I know I don't really know what I love doing career-wise as of right now.
Most people don't.
So, and I feel the same way. I don't know if I'm going to love a person that I would meet within a year either. So it's really just about the person, what their mindset is, where they're at. If they looking for a person to fulfill a void, they going to do it. So.
And what they bring to the table maybe is something that you're missing. Because let's say, you kind of wanted somebody that teaches you things, and somebody comes in your life and started teaching you things and taking you to places. That could be an inspiration to eventually show you what you're missing and just get you on the right track. So although I agree about people's priorities being in the wrong place,
right,
looking for love instead of, chasing your purpose and just finding what your purpose is. But there's exceptions. There's exceptions to every rule. So
true.
Yeah. But yes, so not only are you into fashion, because that's how we ended up following each other on Instagram and, chopping it up, but you also have, your podcast as well. So
right.
Talk about that a little bit so the people can kind of get a feel of who you are and what you kind of do.
So I am one of a duo that we call ourselves Sistership Podcast. So this podcast actually started, it was the idea of my best friend. I also call her my sister, aka, which is where the name comes from. So she came to me with this great idea to, start a podcast as two Black girls living, on different sides of the state and, different sides of the country, I should say. And, the experiences we go through, just coming up as like two girls and our relationship and how our friendship has grown and blossomed, being that we are long distance. How do you maintain long distance friendships?
Yeah, that's crazy because I'm familiar with long distance relationships, not friendships.
Right. And the crazy stuff we go through, what the crazy stuff she goes through, and how we come together and we really celebrate womanhood and Blackness and just being two fly, dope ass Haitian girls
doing it.
Yeah,
that's what's up. As far as you though, how you been? And how you feeling?
I've been pretty good. I mean, I don't really do much other than my day-to-day. I work and go to school.
Okay.
So I'm pretty quiet for the most part. I kind of just stay in my lane, do my own thing. But yeah, my day-to-days are like pretty normal. I mean, you have your little road rage moments on the way to work.
I
People
think
be
that's
pissing you
everybody.
off when you at work, and then it's time to actually get off work, and you got other shit to handle, this and that. But I make it through the day, I make it through the week, I make it through the months.
So a person with your personality, right? Did COVID or just being quarantined in the house, earlier in the year, did that affect you at all as far as like your routine and your schedule, or did you like it and you're like, you know what, more time for me to watch my Netflix shows? Fuck y'all.
Oh no, I loved lockdown
Okay.
and COVID. I feel like I flourished in a sense of I was going out more during lockdown, but not necessarily to, places that I would go on a regular basis, just like going outside more, because no one's outside. I just love the fact that I was able to just go to Publix and just roam around with my mask on, of course. And, just like I'm not worried about nobody all up on me, just everybody's, keeping their distance as they should. But I really liked lockdown and COVID. I feel like, it needs to, where's the second lockdown?
Here's the second round.
Yeah, I'm ready for the second one.
Oh my god. Did you learn anything about yourself specifically, or did you learn any new skills? Or maybe like something that bothers you being home this whole time, like, damn, I don't like when my mom just be singing in the kitchen, like, or some shit weird, like some weird shit like that.
No, I really just got more into like myself, and like I would really wake up and do my makeup, put a nice little outfit together, take pictures. That's just really what I was on. Like I was just moving at my own pace. I didn't feel rushed to do anything or feel pressure from anybody. I was just doing what I wanted to do and just doing
Wow.
stuff that made me happy. I'm gonna go to the park and go for a walk or stuff like that. Yeah.
I feel you. I mean, I felt the same way. I definitely just valued a lot of things a little differently. Because, sometimes you take things for granted when you just have them available to you. So, being locked, inside, or just not being able to see your friends or just hang out or just do the day-to-day shit.
Right.
Even though, you can still work out, you can still go to the store and just do certain things. But the freedom we had, you kind of missed that a little bit. Not just seeing people on the road driving sometimes got a little, weird. But, you get used to it. And I hate being around too many people. So I kind of enjoyed that part of it as well. But as far as this week, though, I've been great. Life is good, man. I'm taking a trip tomorrow. Money is all right. Yeah, it's always a good thing.
Love that.
All right, so we're gonna start nice and easy,
Okay.
right? I have a few questions to ask, right? Just to pick at your brain a little bit. What do you start with? Because you very unique. When this video comes out, hopefully people click on your page and check out your Instagram to see how you look, how you put shit together. You have definitely an eye for accessories, and you aesthetically, you look like authentic to you. So my question is, when you put an outfit together, right? What do you typically start with first?
It depends. I usually start with either one article of clothing that I want to be the focal point, or I start with my shoes.
Okay.
Most of the time I start with my shoes, but if there's like a piece that I've been really, wanting to wear, I'll start with that as the base and then work my way around it, top, bottom, how my hair is going to be, makeup, jewelry, especially what I'm going to add, the bag. Most important thing is the bag.
The bag.
Yeah.
The literal bag and the bag in the bag.
Right. So, yeah, that's how I kind of, put my outfits together. I really do take time to like put them together.
Don't
like,
remind me.
months in advance sometimes. Like it's just how I have to, express myself in that way.
Okay, I like that. So obviously you have the short hair going. I usually tell women like that's not a look that too many people could pull off. Like even the Amber Rose, the bald and the short hair, like your confidence and just your facial structure have to be so precise,
Right, that's
for
true.
you to pull that off. So I'm are you giving me like is this look inspired by like old school Monica, Anita Baker, like I don't know, who are some of your style inspirations, or even Rihanna, because I know Rihanna was killing that shit for a while.
Right.
So who are some of your style inspirations, or who do you get fashion tips from, like just throughout the day or on Instagram or just overall?
So to answer the first part about the hair, this decision to like cut my actual hair and rock shortcuts came from my mom. Like
That shit is fire, by the way.
she had the Amber Rose buzz cut with the blonde. She did the shortcuts. Like that was her thing. She was the shortcut in my opinion. So, and I always wanted to do, I'm like, I'm gonna do it, but I never really actually did it until one day I really cut all my hair off. I'm like, damn, this is what I'm gonna be rocking from now on. But yeah, that's pretty much where that came from. And I'm liking it. I like the short hair.
Nah, that shit is fire. I ain't gonna hold you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But for other fashion inspirations, my all-time favorite fashion girl is Aleli May. She
Dope.
definitely is. When I think about like my personal style and like how I can, kind of describe it in a way where it's like, so what's your style? I would mostly say it is masculinity mixed with femininity. I like to mix men's and women's pieces, but still have some sex appeal. I'm most of the time gonna wear a sneaker. If not, if I switch it up and wear a heel, it's like a big deal because
Some stress going on.
Yeah. So I really just love her style, how she like remains so like, she just looked like a raw ass bitch, but still sexy and still high fashion at the same time. Mixing the streetwear elements with the high fashion elements is really where I marry the two together. And personally, that's what I like, because I'm not just streetwear. I'm not just like a high fashion girl. And
I see you put that shit on.
yeah.
Since you mentioned heels, right? So like when you try to be sexy, cute, or let's say somebody is trying to take you out on a date, what would be like something that you would just throw on instead of the usual, or do you even switch it up at all?
It honestly depends on how I feel. I might just go pull up to the 5-star restaurant in whatever sneakers I decide, and I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna eat my meal, and we're gonna have a conversation.
Yeah,
but
that's raw as fuck.
Yeah, it's just what I want to put on. Like I really don't. If I really want to give that moment like sexy, I have my own version of sexy.
Okay.
My version of sexy is not necessarily like
The general consensus of what
yeah,
sexy
like
is.
tight, cut out. I do like to show skin here and there, but the way I do it is like kind of subtle. Like I choose what I want to really show.
Okay.
And that's just how I do it. So
Okay. Can you ever imagine a world where you could date a dude that is not into fashion, or just that does not have style?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, what's the first thing you pay attention to? Like, let's say a guy approaches you, like he's attractive. Like, where does your eyes go? Like, do you pay attention to the conversation, the shoes, or just the attitude and the aura?
I feel like situation-wise, it would have to depend on where we are. Okay. Like, I'm not going to judge you if you out at Publix or Target just shopping and you just so happen to, walk up to me and you don't look your very best.
Obviously.
But I tend to ask for the Instagram.
So you could do your research.
Right. And a lot of times they don't want to give it to you. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
It ain't for me.
Yeah. So that's what I do. But like if we're out in a setting and everybody is already dressed up, I'm definitely going to look overall. Like I have to see how everything comes together. And then I'll see, okay, you have these on or this and that. I like those brands. Things like that. But you know what? It's a deal breaker if they don't have any sense of style. And I understand there's different ways people like to dress and stuff. And I could rock with different styles when it comes to men's fashion. But if you just don't have no personal style, like you walking around in slides all the time, you gym shorts, wife beater, to go everywhere, anywhere. Somebody got to force you to put some shoes on because, you know, you just a slides guy. Nah. Can't do that.
Yo, the title of the episode might be just You Can't Be a Slides Guy.
Yeah, you can't.
Oh my god.
A Yeezy slide, maybe.
Okay, there's some levels.
Yeah, but
Oh man. Since we're in the topic of sneakers in fashion, there's a few things happening, right? The first is what's his name? The dude that's dating Adele. Rich Paul. He has his own 550 coming out, some New Balances. I showed you the pictures earlier, and by the time you watch this, there's going to be a picture on the screen. How do you feel about those?
So my first introduction to that shoe.
And here's a picture.
Right. I really was obsessed with the pine green ones, and I was trying to find those for a
the
fit.
ALD joints.
Yeah. That I was trying to find those. These I like. I would have preferred a little bit more color. I don't know.
So you're not feeling the little hints of baby blue?
I'm not feeling these in particular. I do like that silhouette, and I do like that shoe. I like the pine green, and I think there was like a yellow, like a mustard yellow.
That was
I like
too.
those as well. But I'm not feeling those as much.
All right. I like them because blue is my favorite color.
Okay.
And I feel like that's one of those shoes I would buy like when I want to be on my like menswear shit. Like I would wear this with some trousers, like some fitted trousers, crop trousers, and like have a jacket or like a, you know, like a denim jacket.
You can
or
definitely dress those up.
Yeah, I could definitely. I feel like I could go to a wedding in these, or just go to have dinner in these, in a nice sweater.
Right,
like
it's a great silhouette.
Some preppy shit.
Yeah.
All right. Besides that, do you have any Yeezy slides? Because Yeezy slides are having a huge restock. How do you feel about that?
I seen that. I have foam runners, and I really do love them. I wear them a lot. I did want a pair of the actual slides, but they just so hard to come by. I'm just like, if I never get a pair, it's fine because I'm not paying no reselling.
Yeah,
but I would definitely, you know, try maybe like a more neutral colorway, not anything like crazy. But
I mean, StockX makes it fair for you to get a pair. The resellers are selling them for over $3.
Right.
You can get them on StockX for at least $150, which is still like 3 times the retail price, which is crazy. But I mean, sometimes if you really want them that bad, like I did, like you just gonna up the wallet and just get them done.
That's true. I'm not as crazy about them. I definitely do prefer the foam runner over the slide.
That's honest.
Just for comfortability and overall like look.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. The last thing that is, you know, every sneakerhead and every fashion streetwear nigga is going crazy over right now. Supreme is restocking the infamous box logo hoodies and tomorrow. Right, tomorrow is gonna be Thursday. Obviously, Supreme drops every Thursday at 11. Right. Do you have any Supreme pieces? Do you know about the box logo? And are you even going for that shit, or are you just gonna sit this one out?
So I do not currently own any Supreme pieces, but if I were to put that money up and get something, I would definitely get a bag. I love their oversized bags with the box logo as well. I definitely do think that. I mean, I like the box logo. I don't really see anything
too crazy about
it, as well as like design wise. But I like it. It's like, yeah, Supreme. There you go. You got the name on you. We know. We see it.
You know what? That's what made that statement famous is it was the simplicity of it.
Exactly.
And a lot of brands started copying it. Even Kith. Like having that small print in the middle, like it's not overly done, and you know. Back in the day, like people, that used to be a statement piece. Oh shit, he got Supreme on. Like, it used to be like an attention grab. But I mean, for me, it's like if I get them, I get them. I'm not in the business of chasing after anything anymore. Like, if I really want it that bad, I'll pay the resale for it.
True.
If not, then I'm gonna just sit it out and wait my turn as an adult because these bills gotta get paid, baby.
Exactly. Now, somebody else, if you want to gift it to Christmas is coming up.
Yeah.
If you want to. Size medium. But
you better let them know. All right. Now switching gears into more of the news and the gossipy topics and what people have been talking about throughout the week. Are you familiar with Jack Dorsey? Jack Dorsey is the CEO of Twitter, and he announced that he is stepping down as CEO and chairman. He's still going to be on the board, but he said he is no longer inspired. He no longer is creatively, interested and just motivated to carry on the brand and just keep up with the social media platform.
Right.
A lot of people thought, a lot of conspiracy theorists and the internet news reporters just rushed it and said, oh, with the Jeffrey Epstein case going on and Ghislaine was about to testify, they said, oh, a lot of CEOs are retiring or just stepping down, so that might have something to do with it. But my observation from that and what I took away from it is, when do you step away from something when is the proper time to step away from something that you built?
Right.
Or to give up on your baby, in a sense. Like, I don't know if you have any experiences with that, or you were in the middle of building something and you kind of have to step away from that or just move on to something else. Like, what's your thought process on that?
So to answer the first part about that, kind of like how you said, it's like his baby in a way. Mm-hmm. Your baby's going to grow up and, you got to let your baby grow into an adolescent, into an adult, have its own personality, what it actually wants to do for themselves. In this case, Twitter has become its own thing. Mm-hmm. And, you're getting older as, he's getting older, so he may not be able to keep up with what the younger generations are going to want. And I think it's very smart of him to say, I'm going to step down and give others the opportunity, because you got to keep fresh, innovative minds in whatever you do, because you don't want it to become irrelevant and be like the old thing, like no one's checking for Twitter no more type of thing. Like you said before, I don't have a Twitter.
Oh, yeah, you definitely got to get on. So, people, whenever you watch this, blow her up and let her know she needs a Twitter. Because I promise you this. Okay, this is the beautiful part about Twitter, right? Okay. In my opinion, Twitter is the last genuine app that allows, like, human interaction to be authentic. Exactly. Like, you still got the celebrities on there. You still got the people with the blue check and the people with the mass following and stuff like that. But I feel like compared to Facebook, who got corrupted by the girls that was doing the rates and the to be honest post, and Instagram, who's, pretty much is a clout chase and like is ran by the women that's posting pictures of their assets, for attention. I think Twitter, you generally have to have a personality. You have to be funny. Yeah. Like, you could be the richest person. You could be the coolest person. If you don't say something that we fuck with, your post is going to sit there with no likes, no retweets, no interaction. Yeah. So I kind of like that. I feel like that's the best way to kind of humble a lot of people that's coming from Instagram, because they're expecting Twitter to be this clout chasey shit. Like, you're going to get people that retweet shit that's funny or repost it or steal the idea, but generally too, like, if you're not funny or you don't have something to say or you don't have a valid opinion, it's like you kind of get chased out.
Right. So, which is kind of what scares me about it, the fact that everything is just so raw on Twitter. Like, but
you have some strong ass opinions too.
I do have strong opinions, but like, am I ready for people to come and attack me about my opinions? I don't know. Okay. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
That's fair.
So I stray away from Twitter, but I will enter into it. When I do enter, y'all be nice to me.
Take it easy.
I'm new here. It's my first day. So yeah. But just to continue on about the topic of I feel like it's an opportunity for Twitter to do a rebrand. I don't necessarily think it needs a rebrand, but younger minds contributing to the company is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
And to touch on the conspiracy side, I honestly don't think that if he was involved, that anything necessarily would happen to him, because we know how it is in this industry with these
white people in positions.
Yeah, white people, Jeffrey Epstein's, like, he probably not even going to get touched for real or like anything necessarily. I mean, I feel like the lady who's on trial now, she's definitely going to
Yeah,
suffer some consequences.
Yeah, they gonna nip that in the bud.
They're definitely
gonna give us some straightening.
Exactly. Exactly. So, but the other people, like, I heard crazy stuff like Obama's involved in that whole.
Please keep Obama's name out your fucking mouth, man.
But it's believable because you don't really know
people like
what
that
these
behind the
people
scenes.
really, especially these people higher up, are doing for real.
That's true.
But I honestly don't think that if he was involved, I don't think stepping down would have been the best move per se.
Because you would look guilty if
Exactly.
that was the case. We're speaking allegedly, of course. We don't want the Twitter police to be, start harassing us and stuff like that. All right. So one of the most beautiful part about just working a regular job, right, and just doing this podcast, not only it serves as therapy, but I get to share like certain things that I see, observations that I pay attention to in my day to day, right? So this week at my job, this older couple came in. I work at a restaurant, so this older couple came in to eat, and as they were sitting down, the older lady, she was like, "Babe, do you want to sit on this side to face the TV because the game is on?" And I paused real quick, and I'm like, "Yo, a young bitch would never." Like, cause it's like, oh, we out here to eat. Like, nigga, what you doing on your
TV?
phone?
Exactly.
Why you not paying attention to me? What you
Right.
looking at other bitches in the rest? Like, it's like, I'm like, wow, like the fact that they're older, they've been together for so long, and she's so considerate, for him. And I'm like, yo, you know what? She probably the one that wanted to go out and eat, and he wanted to stay home and watch the game.
True.
And that's her version of compromising with him.
Exactly.
So that just made me think of like, wow, like when can this generation get to this point where it's like, yo, it's not all about me. If I'm with a partner, like this is 50-50. We have to compromise. We have to make each other happy. And this is not a one-way road. Like, do you have any thoughts on that at all?
I don't necessarily agree with you that younger women are not doing that for the men.
Most.
Right. I feel like that does happen. It may not be two-sided though. That may be the issue. It may be the fact that the woman is really trying to be considerate and look out for the man, and the man doesn't necessarily do that all the time or as much as he should to keep up with the effort that his woman is putting in. Okay. That's kind of how I see it. But of course, with the older,
I like that.
The older generations, they've been through hell and back with each other. Yeah. Like, they know what they like, what they don't like, the littlest things. Yeah. Like, she probably knew that, like, he was probably gonna not talk to her the whole time they was at that table if he was not facing
the TV.
If he was not facing the TV, and she's like, you know what? I don't need this nigga to.
Yeah, you keep pressing me about this shit.
So let me make sure we got a good seat. Like, so I feel her.
Yeah, I mean, 20 years in, like, I'm not arguing with you, man.
Yeah.
Like, okay, even if I did argue with you, where the fuck am I gonna go?
Exactly.
Like, we stuck forever. Like, what? I'm gonna not talk to you in the car just to see you at the house and to sleep next to you tonight? Like, it makes no fucking sense.
Right.
But nah, it was very, like, I don't know, it was a beautiful moment. Like, I guess I'm soft like that. I'm like, wow, this has never happened to me. I've never met somebody that was that considerate, for something as simple as that. And it might look like something simple to us, but it's like, that's a huge deal for him, because that could have been an attitude changer, just like you said on the table. He could have been like, all right.
I do not want to be here, but since I'm facing that TV.
You know what? You get a pass.
Right.
All right. Cool. One thing I want to get, since we're in the relationship dynamics realm of this conversation, I kind of want to get to the bottom of when people are in love, right? Within that courtship, this generation is obsessed with being toxic to one another. Or if there's no friction, there's no hurdles, there's no fights.
It's not real love.
They don't feel like it's it's real love, and that I'm appreciative of the person. And I blame us men because, to a certain degree, because it's like we rarely show emotion. So sometimes when we don't show any emotion, your woman might take that as oh, he's not feeling me, or he doesn't care, or I'm like, so I don't know, since you're a woman, right? And how do you see that? Like, what do you think you need to have a fight to keep the, I don't know, the thing going? Like, do you need controversy to keep you interested or to gauge the energy, or are you more of a quiet person in relationships?
Me personally, I do not believe in struggle love.
Okay.
I do not believe that
It's a beautiful way to put it.
You need to take a man back after he done cheated on you 12 times, 3 babies on you, but this is your man and you're going to stick beside him. I do not believe in that.
Let's stick beside him.
I will leave, and I encourage other women to get up and leave too. I know, there's circumstances it's hard just to get up, especially when you really do love a person, but I just don't subscribe to this like toxic struggle love. We always have to be arguing for it to be a real thing or a real relationship. I really don't feel like that's healthy at all for your mental, for how you perceive yourself. Your own self-esteem is not going to be the greatest because you tolerating stuff that you should not tolerate. Women and men as well, you should not be tolerating certain stuff. It doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't make you a better partner just because you put up with certain stuff like that. I really don't believe in that concept or in that notion that y'all gotta get, stick beside each other to the end, till death do you part. No, I will leave. I will leave. If I don't like what's going on, I will leave.
She would leave.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I think it's just like, and I mostly see this within the younger crowd, and it's like, yo, like, I could have just had a long day at work and I don't want to speak. Right. Or maybe I'm stressed out, or like I have family shit going on. Just because I'm not up your ass 24/7 does not mean I'm not happy. Like, if you're the source of my happiness, I expect to get at least some peace out of it too. So it's like, just because there's not friction, there's not fights. Because I'm the type of person, I'll let anybody that I've been with, they know. If I'm mad, I don't believe in none of that makeup sex shit. Because to me, it's like, if I'm mad, every part of me shuts down.
Right.
I want a minute. I want time away from you to get myself together, because it's like, I'm afraid that I might say some wild shit if you forcing me to to have a conversation with you while I'm upset and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I just think like we definitely should just big up compromise, just having conversation, and we definitely need to encourage and just promote giving people their space, even in a relationship. Like, to me, like, seeing your partner 3-4 times a week max is enough.
Definitely.
Like, I don't have to be under your fucking titties every fucking day.
We don't even have to text every day.
It's like, now when I see you again, it's more special. Like, it's more things to talk about. But nowadays, it's like, with this generation, I'm not even gonna say us, like the younger Gen Z people, they're like, oh, I posted a picture on Instagram, you didn't interact, you didn't call me, you didn't say I'm pretty, you didn't send some heart eyes. Like, all right, nigga, you don't give a fuck. So, next nigga, this and that. I'm like, yo, like, what happened to being considerate?
Well, to touch on that point, I do think that your man should definitely be your biggest hype person.
Oh, 1,000%. But if I don't do it one time, I shouldn't be crucified and be scared that my replacement is at the door. Like, but yeah, man. Ooh, I love this one. The last thing I want to cover is people just not liking you for you, or just abusing you, not necessarily, because we all are put here to be of service to one another, right? That's something I subscribe and believe in.
Right.
And if you can't be used for anything, you're useless.
Right.
Because I feel like everything should be a mutual exchange.
Definitely.
In some cases, like, let's say you don't have anything to do for me, even some positive words of advice like could suffice. But for me, it's like I've been encountering a lot of people that more so want to fuck with me because of the access that I have to things. And it's not a genuine relationship, it's not a genuine friendship. So it's like you kind of looking at them like, yo, like if I was not in this position, or if I was not doing this, like, would you even like me? Do you know me? Like, or you just want to just use me for a favor?
Right.
Like, you know, that's something I struggle with, because it was something like I believe in potential so much that sometimes I don't cut things off when I need to cut it off.
Same.
So I keep giving things time. Like, you know, you're a person. Maybe you will change. Maybe that was not your true intentions. But niggas be on some fuck shit.
Yup.
So my tolerance level had to be shorter this year, because it's like, all right, dog, you don't hit me up all week, but we going to the club because I get in for free. You want to hit me up now. Or because I have a car, when you want to ride to work, that's when you hit me up. It's like, what happened to being boys and just saying what up? You get what I'm saying? So
right.
I don't know if I'm pretty sure you have some stories revolving that. Or
Honestly,
maybe not.
Honestly, I haven't necessarily, maybe like one or two people I've encountered that definitely were using me for what I could have provided to them at that time. But for the most part, I really don't have that problem, and I'm grateful that I don't have that problem.
Oh my God,
I'm
lucky
grateful.
You. Lucky you.
But I understand where people are coming from when they really don't like that shit. Like, it's not a good feeling to know that people don't really fuck with you for real, and they just want you for this or that. So I understand that, definitely. My take on that also is just, I agree with you as well. I always say this as well, like, you know, people are going to use you for everything. Like, you could use me. Definitely use me if you see that I'm, you know, good at this and you need me to help you out with that. Yeah, of course. Just don't misuse me. You know, just
don't abuse me too.
Yeah, just don't make it into a habit where you only hitting me up for that one thing. You know, because that's not genuine. That's not real. Either I'm talking more of like a friendship perspective when I you know mention that, but even in relationships, or even when you're talking to, you know, a man and you see that maybe they like you because, I don't know, like I said,
or they might just hit you up to have sex, or just because the sex is good, or because you know how to cook, or maybe because you got to drop them somewhere. Like,
yeah. I don't know how I would. It honestly, I'm not gonna say.
Okay, I already know what that means. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, man, it's just, I just want people, like, before you come and talk to me, just, I don't know, I just want you to understand the role you have in my life.
Right.
If we not fly like that, or we don't have that type of relationship, don't even waste your time. Like, I'd rather when I meet you, like, if we're in a situation and I could help you in that very moment, cool. Like, I want you to take advantage of that. But if we not fly like that and you just hit me up, hey, yo, you getting a new jersey this week? I know you know somebody that work at Foot Action, and it's like, bro, like, now I got to worry about getting me a pair and getting you a pair, and we not friends like that.
Right.
I can't think of the last time you did a favor for me. And this is not me being selfish. It's just like, it's the human part of me. It's like,
definitely when it becomes a cycle, you got to know to cut it off. But I've noticed, especially with me personally, you may not know when it's time to like actually cut it off, and you stay. You stay and you tolerate things that, because of, you know what, this person was there for me and did this for me, and we've been through so much together. Like, even though I'm feeling like it's one-sided and I'm being like taken apart by this person, they're not giving me nothing back. I'm just gonna, sometimes you could just be like, well, you know, it's fine. You know, once they get to the place they want to be, they're gonna stop and repay me. But it's not always like that.
That's true.
So you got to know when to cut ties with people. Same thing with the you know, the toxicity between men and women. I feel as though women's most toxic trait is not knowing when to leave and staying for stuff.
And sometimes we love those too.
We do.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's like, it's, I don't know, it kind of
convenience.
It's convenience. And I mean, nigga, you being lazy. Go get you another bitch. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like,
You don't want to take the time to take another bitch out on dates and do the texting and the good mornings.
Oh, trust me, I acknowledge that we ain't shit, by the way. I'm not, most of us ain't shit. So I'm definitely not ever speaking like, oh, yeah, women, nah, definitely. We do the fuck shit, too.
Yeah.
Wow, this was cool. This was a nice, insightful conversation. I think this is the most we've talked.
That is
good.
true. This is the most I've had like actual conversation with you. It's mostly been like,
DMs, Instagram, yeah, I feel that.
Small conversations, but yeah,
and this almost did not happen.
Because I almost said no.
Yeah.
Because,
But shout out to you for being a sport and just coming out and really doing this with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm really proud of myself. I made it one of my goals going into the new year is to stop saying no to stuff.
Okay. I'm glad I was able to help with that.
Yeah.
So even before you did your new year resolution, you already got...
I'm already ahead of the game.
Oh, you ahead, girl.
Yeah.
You doing it.
Come on. So I'm just proud of myself that,
we out here changing lives.
How about that? I stepped out of my comfort zone and I did something that I know Faith from a couple months back would have been like, girl, you're not doing that. You stay your ass home.
There's going to be cameras there?
Yeah, cameras. I got to find something to wear.
I'm glad I didn't say anything to you. I purposely hid that because every person that walks in here, oh, shit, this is a production.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Luckily, I knew that beforehand. That's why I was ready to say no. But I just,
Thank God you didn't.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Can you please let the people know where they can find you on social media or just with whatever you're doing or I don't know if you have any projects coming up or any outings that you're doing or anything like that.
So if you guys want to interact with me, I would definitely say Instagram is the way to go. It is _Faith, spelled FAYETHH.
I love that, by the way. You spell it out for niggas.
Because, yeah,
I feel that.
And other than that, Instagram is where you can find me. I have some things in the works, but they're not all the way to where I would be comfortable speaking about. I'm going to wait until things play out more to where I would like them to be. Okay. And then, but if you want to keep up or just see what's going on, just follow me on Instagram if you like.
Yeah, man, that's that on that. I go by the name of Cheech, a.k.a., man, the show must go on. Like, I know Gary is tied at home right now, not being able to be here, but he's here in spirit. Yeah, man, this was a great conversation. Thank you for coming. Thank you for, giving us your presence and stuff like that. So, yeah, hopefully we get to do this again. Yeah. And hopefully I get to come on your show and talk some shit. Yeah, man, we'll work something out. You know what I mean? We got more things that we can work on for sure. Yeah, man, this has been another episode of These Are the Aesthetics. And yeah, man, we'll see y'all Saturday when this comes out. Peace.
Bye.